Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're just now watching Game 2 of HoNTourSEA Southeast Asia G League Cycle 3. And yes, it's still going to be between MRR and TurS. Game 1, TurS showed them who's boss at the very end. And do know they are also the Cycle 1 champions. Now, MRR has been very close against this team, and they have been brushing up against their skills very nicely. I hope they will be able to fare very well in this game. I'm Babael, and with me is Lark.
Yeah, I mean that was a super fun and insane game to watch and cast. I was looking at a bit at the stream just now, and I was watching when what was it? Hag was using the Bat Blast and the perfect timing of the shrunken heads from both. I think it was the Bubbles and I don't know. I think it was Sandwave and Bubbles. Like just how quickly they reacted. They knew what was on the line. I bet you that time they were feeling ecstatic and they were like completely screaming at the top of their lungs. They're probably like, bro, let's kill it, and that's what they did. So really fun game to cast. Game number 2 though here, I'm really looking forward to what both these teams have to bring. I mean, it was a really long drawn out game in the previous game 1, so
Yeah, it is.
I think it's gonna take a toll a bit on MMR. I hope that they go into this game feeling fresh and not worrying about what happened in the previous one.
Yeah, considering it's only a 5 minutes break, sorry. MRR really needs to just cool their heads right now. That was a really great game for them. They tried their very best against Team Masters, but still at the very end, Masters prevailed because of one big engagement mistake there. But that's been fine. Right now, game 2 well on the way here, and the band heroes are Sandwave, Tempest, Fate, Keeper. We all know why Sandwave got banned there. MR's like, nope, this is too OP, gonna just remove this. This is the main problem why we lost the mid lane. So, bam, it's out. And we're just looking at the next few heroes being picked up here. MOA, again, the default first pick. Engineer, because it's not banned away, it's very much alive. And Master's gonna deny the dual guns from Wild West. They're gonna take that. And we do see an Ophelia, Bubbles, and are you kidding me? Warbase Ophelia combo coming from MRR. They're like, we're done playing late game. We're just gonna go early game on you guys. Let's see how you cope with that. They don't have the MOA, they don't have enough anti-push. They've only got the Bubbles and Pebbles. I hope it's gonna be enough against Ophelia and Warbase.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the lineup is really scary right now because all three of those heroes synergize really well. Master of Arms, of course, helps a lot with the Warrior Beast. He's defensively good for any of the hero on the team. Together with an Ophelia as well, like just so much defense mechanisms coming out, anti-push as well. They don't have much push potential coming from Hellborn team. They have Engineer though, and that's a huge thing as well. Like I mean, Engineer is always as good as. I mean, not as good as a Tempest, but still somewhere around there because his ultimate is just pretty damn good. Bubbles again. I think Bubbles was one of the main factors as to why they won that game. That was a really clutch Bubbles play. So finally, their mascot doing them proud. Turtles finally finding power in the Bubbles right there. So good pickup by them. Pebbles as well. Yeah, I think that's a good pick as well. Pebbles is never wrong. It really depends on lineup as well, but still Pebbles a very solid pickup. I think they can go for a I want to say yeah, they should definitely go for a Luna pickup. I was kind of like thinking as well of it as an Amphora because that would just scream so much aggression against the Legion team and force them out into really bad positioning. But if that Soul Reaper is going to be coming out, yeah, I think they should just go for an Luna. That would be perfect pickup for the Hellborn team. Like they can run dual support since most of the jungles is already banned out. Yeah, from first banning stage it was Keeper and Tempest. Second banning stage, there is no. Yeah,
Nope, Parasite's
yeah,
still alive, but
yeah.
Parasite is a hero that has somewhat died, and I just like that because
Mm.
personally I'm not a fan of Parasite. I love the concept of behind a hero, but very few players can really put off a great Parasite, and I've never really seen one that's game changing or game breaking right now. So that being said, we're just waiting and looking in the second banning phase. We do have the Dark Lady, Prisoner, Dampier, Rally, Revenant, and Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag being banned by Hooky. It seems like they are not gonna give Telemasters yet another big AoE post potential there. So that being said, we do have the Revenant also being banned by MRR. It seems like they're not gonna let Masters try that, and it's a little different this game because MRR, it's the first game they've lost playing Kraken, so I don't believe that they will be playing another Kraken in this particular game, unless of course they try and opt for a separate route. But Dark Lady being banned away, and they don't really have got a hard carry. Maybe Warbase can fulfill the role there. I'm not really sure, but Torture can also be playing as carry, and I hope that that could really happen. I mean, so far one great instance of player playing Torture as a carry is Slicks, all the way from Stay Green. It actually
Yeah.
is pretty effective, and that could be pretty used also.
I hope they pick the Devo. I 100% disagree with Rhapsody pickup, guys. Please don't pick that. Please. Just do us a favor, don't pick us Rhapsody. I want to see the Diva pick up. I really hope so. I hope
Which
they're
pick?
gonna pick.
Which hero?
They were shadow picking Devourer just now.
Oh, Devo. Yeah. Devourer
Yeah.
is gonna be really good in this game. Let me just tell you why. It's gonna increase our spectator value by over levels of 9,000, and we don't really care what happens after that. Since you guys won one game, it's okay. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't go Devo.
Yeah. I
Heck it,
mean,
Lark. Come on, be serious in this game. We're just looking at B-muffs is okay. Devourer is not.
yeah, I mean they need the behemoth is fine because of the push lineup coming up from Legion team. You can see they already have War Beast, Torture, Ophelia, Master of Arms, like, so damn good in terms of like pushing. It's really well, really good. I'm not sure if Torture is gonna be played as more of the support or the carry role. Or Master of Arms is gonna be the support or carry right there. I think Torture being played as a carry role should be fine. There is no problem with that since they have the Ophelia jungle anyways. Hellborn team. Yeah, they took the Luna, just like I said they would. As for the last pickup, I don't know. There is one hero that I wish I could see in competitive scene, and that's the Riftwalker.
Oh
I think
yeah.
I think he has some kind of potential, but he needs to get decent farming levels, so he needs to be more or less played in like I don't know, like usually it would be perfect if he could be played as mid role, but there's a lot of other heroes that you like in the mid, so
Yeah, but the problem
it's
with
just a
Riftwalker really is the fact that he doesn't have any mid-tier items that's very much useful, and going all the way for the Staff of the Master is too expensive, plus the fact that as his support there's other players that could really just poof off greater stun, like the Luna, like Glacius, like Pyromancer. Riftwalker doesn't really have a stun, so having Riftwalker in a particular game, you don't really know whether to lane him in a short lane or long lane. It's like they are still thinking about the rubrics of this hero, but you can't really have him playing as a mid lane priority farmer because you got other heroes for that like Pebbles as well as Rally, maybe even Kraken. But going all the way out for a Riftwalker would be a little bit scary for that perspective. So that being said, Riftwalker is never gonna be seen in this competitive scene unless of course they give him a stun, and that's gonna be a lot better.
yeah, I really like the Draconis pickup, last pickup over there. Perfect synergy with the bubbles and engineer as well.
Yep.
That's just so good because they have early game, late game, mid game. They have all type of games that
They
they
got
need
the
right.
whole game there.
Yeah, they got the whole game right there. I mean, like a Luna Pebbles, if they are able to get the early start. I mean, Pebbles that is, if he's able to get the early start, for sure, Luna will be able to pick up level 6. They're gonna have the red power show combination on top of the combo coming out from Pebbles. Gonna easily pick off a lot of the heroes on Legion team. Like, there's a lot of squishies right there. Torture, Ophelia, and Master of Arms, all relatively squishy. I think Pestilence and Warbeast are pretty alright with being inherently tanky since they are strength heroes. Pestilence in this lineup coming out for their
Yep.
team
Don't
is
like it.
a bit, yeah, I mean, it's a bit iffy for me in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of things they could pick up instead, uh, like if they really wanted to, but I guess they need some sort of like uh decent extra lockdown to go with the torture, so it's okay. I just feel like he doesn't transition as well during the mid to late stages of the game, seeing as to how it goes. But yeah, I mean, only time can tell as to how they execute this. But yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that, but I hate to see a Pestilence in this game. Well, Pestilence is a kind of stunner that really needs to go all the way out, and it's very hard to play in this particular game here. And doesn't really boil down to any synergy, plus the fact that it would have been a lot better, considering the fact that they have got the first pick. They should have gone for the Pebbles, but opting to go for the Pestilence instead is pretty tricky, and I don't know how that's gonna really work out for them. But they do have the Torture combo also. That being said, man, we're just looking at MRR on this game and just going to introduce these players as well as teams here again. On Team Legion, we do have neolution.MRR. They are just one game shy of making this a tie. We do have Bomber Paul, the drafter, as well as a...
Sorry.
Sorry, what was that?
A tie?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tie. Tie. Get it? Okay, never mind. That was just really fail.
That was... Lark! By all skills, you're gonna be grounded. Okay, that being said, we're looking at what tie? We're just looking at Bomber Paul, the drafter there. He's gonna be playing as your MOA, Master of Arms. We do have Color X playing as the Ophelia. Cheetah 1X gonna be your questionable Pestilence. We do have the War Base being played by O7TV1, gonna call him O7T as usual. Duikul, also known as Do I Kill You, that could be his real name, we don't really know, but he is going to be playing as the Torturer. That being said, on Team Hellborn, we have got Turtle Masters for the first time. Hooky Hook going to be playing as the Luna, not for the first time, not that part, sorry. We do have Look Like Leaf, again going to be the Engineer, and I can stress this, but he plays an awesome Engineer. That's all I know. Also, a Bubble's gonna be played by 5678. Also, we do have X and Z on the Pebbles as usual. Iron 9 gonna be playing as the Angry Dragon there from Europe, so that's gonna be nice to see. Nope, he's from Thailand. Get
Yeah.
it? Thai?
Oh, God, please.
Yeah,
Stop.
but anyway, so
If you
MR
if you
really
want to
one
be
game
more
shy.
lame, I could be even saying like, where is 1, 2, 3, 4? Because there's 5, 6, 7, 8.
You're killing us. You're killing us.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's a great
Yeah.
day. It really is shiny and all over the world, but it's night here, so please stay awake a little tad longer, Lark.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm insane right now.
But it's good. It's good because we had a really good first game here, and the pause is just insanely long. But before we go into this laning, before we really get serious here, I really hope the MR makes it into a Thai game, as in a Thai series. So now I just can't stop laughing when I say that. Lark, you're really bad, boy.
Sorry, bro. But
You just
yeah,
had to do it.
yeah, I just had to. Anyways, getting back in topic, laning wise,
Yep.
Legion team definitely Warby is gonna be in the off lane. Mid Pestilence, Master of Arms, no harm there. Feeling in the jungle, Torture gonna be solo bot. Very strong lanes. And middle lane, there's a lot of kill potential because of the minus armor coming from Master of Arms as well as Pestilence once he hits the level 6. But before then, I think it's pretty tough for them to pick off kills. Although in middle lane, definitely easy for Aluna and Pebbles to pick up those kills. Bubble's gonna go to off lane. Draconis gonna go short together with the help of Engineer. Unless it's gonna be Engineer Pebbles. I think Engineer Pebbles would have been a lot better. Aluna just gonna rotate around and see whatever he can do to set up ganks. So yeah, pretty much for the lanes in my opinion.
Yeah, it's great. And there we go. Game pretty much gonna start quickly, and we're just looking at about 1 minute till this horn begins sounding. We're just looking at yeah, Team Legion gonna all try and propel down south towards their own Legion jungle, and Hellbound gonna do similarly, likewise. All 5 also in the same direction set there. 5, 6, 7, 8 gonna lead this entire ball game with a super mobile Bubbles that has got no items at all except for a ward. Like what?
Yeah.
I can't agree with this, man, because Bubbles is a very squishy hero, but
Yeah.
I hope he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he should be fine. I'm surprised he didn't get spotted by the Hellhound right there.
But that's really quick. I mean, he got here like record time. Like if Guinness is here, they're gonna have the stopwatch going off at about like, wow, that's 50 seconds before game start, and you're here already. But the Ward of Wrath, actually, is it gonna be able to spot a Ward of Sight out? No, I don't think so.
I don't think it. No, it
Someone
should. Yeah,
will.
it should.
It actually should, yeah. But we have to see if it's actually gonna be denied or dewarded. It's gonna be pretty questionable. Meanwhile, Hellhound's gonna take a really interesting route here. Are we gonna see a Courier denying? Don't think so. Courier's all the way down here.
Big ward. Look at that ward being placed.
Wow, yeah, Ward of Wrath by Hooky Hook. Actually gonna be able to just deny both the Ward of Sight as well as the Ward of Revelation there. So that's gonna keep the Ward of Sight safe by 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really a great ward there by Hooky Hook. Wow. Also the fact they've got Engineer, so Engineer just nicely mopped up all those trees there. Speaking about deforestation, it is very best.
Oh, Ophelia is just gonna deward that Ward of Sight already, so Pulcam is gonna be there for them to work with, and he's gonna deny the Ward of Revelation. So in the end, it's still okay for Legion team. He should be able to deny this fairly quickly before the 30-second mark. Please get out there. You gonna be able to? Yep, he's gonna be able to. Yeah, so he should be fine. Yeah.
Just to check if the creeps will spawn. Yep, it will. So that's great. Yeah, getting the wards really taken care of. I mean, I thought that Masters definitely had the upper hand going into the warding war there, but seems like Ophelia is just quickly responding to that call there also. That being said, laning stages, as you expected, we do have the Pebbles middle lane against the MOA as well as the Pestilence, and top lane, Draconis is going to go shot there. Aluna going to be the support, and I just like how Aluna is prioritizing stacking creeps instead of going out into this lane, because that's what he really needs to do when there's a Draconis in his game here. You need to make sure that the Draconis has got stack camps to farm, because that's the way Draconis farms really quickly. With the Blazing Flight as well as that Dragon Barrage. Fairy Barrage, sorry. I just start making skill names of my own right now.
Yeah. Oh, mid lane, man. Pestilence needs to be a little bit careful. It was a little bit up there.
If that was a keg, it could have been a kill there.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't keg him. Like, it would have been the perfect direction to push him to the tower, and Pebbles would have been easily...
May not have been a kill because Pebbles was standing at level 2 and having not enough mana, 220 only. You need 240 for the double skill combo, and which he does have right now. So if the same thing happens again, maybe Pestilence will be taken care of.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I really like. I always notice the small plays coming out. Well, not small plays per se, but the small little things that the supports from Turtle Masters always do. Like like if you saw their engineer, he forsake the mid lane at the early stages. Oh, hold on, thought he's
Yeah, nice stun there onto the Pestilence. The Pestilence gonna try and reverse the stun also. Hitting onto the Pebbles nicely, but having no kill just yet. And in the previous game,
bottom
we only
lane.
saw the Bloodlust quickly at the 4 minutes, but are we gonna see the same thing? I am not really sure right now. But 568 taking a really interesting approach right now against the Torturer. Looking to quickly run away, and he will do so successfully. 2 minutes in, and yeah, we're just looking at a pretty fair game here. 200 plus goal.
That the battle cry from Warbeast is just really doing a lot for his team, especially the Torturer. He's I think he's out hitting this Bubbles. Like Bubbles 4 and 3, Torturer is at 8 and 4. So not as well as you'd really like him to do, but he's doing a lot of harass to Bubbles. Like you see Bubbles right now, he's burned through. I don't know if he got stack region. I didn't really take a look at that, but in the previous game he did get stack region. He had like 9 white stones if I'm not mistaken. This time around it seems like either he ate a lot or he didn't get stack region, but yeah, I mean, he's forced to like eat up on those blight stones over there, so that's really unfortunate. But yeah, just coming back to my really earlier point, I completely forgot to end that. Engineer rotated to the jungle and tried to stack out the small camp there for Draconius as well. So it's just a small place that that helps out in a little way towards the mid game.
Draconius bringing things are really aggressive here. Going behind the tower, in fact taking a little bit of a hit here from the tower, in fact is going to be able to just smartly avoid 2 more hits there. But that being said, man, Warbeast with the Battle Cry doing a lot of work here because Torture is just enjoying a field against Bubbles with the Battle Cry. Auto attack seems to hurt so much more with that. I do note it does add a total of, he does have 2 points in, so that gives his teammate really just 8 additional damage. Sorry, 22 additional damage to allied heroes. Yeah, that's right. 8 for the creeps there. So Draconius again playing really aggressively against that Warbeast. Level wise, it is nice to see that he has nicely overleveled his counterpart, standing about level 4 against the Warbeast, standing at only a level 3. Meanwhile, middle lane level 4 each is going to be Pebbles as well as the Pestilence, but Pebbles is in a lot of trouble there, and he, nicely is going to run away. So that's just close clutch there. Gameplay again coming up from Bubbles from Turtle Masters. By the way, it's the same Bubbles from game 1. It's 5, 6, 7, 8.
Where's 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, please, no more.
Okay,
God save me, no more.
I
Anyway,
mean, yeah.
we're just standing at this game here. 4 minutes in, still no kill yet. Bloodlust still up for anyone's grabbing, if they can, so grab it. Pestilence as well as MOA still in middle lane. Yep, Lark.
Yeah, Hellhounds. Sorry, Warbeast is doing a good job with the Hellhounds to pull off the creeps there and bring it to himself. Like he's doing a pretty decent job with that, and that's without mana pots or stacked mana pots. Yeah, so he's actually doing a pretty decent job with the pulling. I think that's the first wave that he's pulled only though. So yeah.
I thought it's the second one because I saw he did the first wave. Yeah,
Yep,
but
so
that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's great.
Lane.
Meanwhile, Torture takes too much of a beating for my liking. Doesn't have any regeneration at all. He could be done here. But Bubbles looking for maybe a good escape route. He's just waiting for the mana to pot away, or maybe for a good spot. But Bubbles is gonna have the nice Bloodlust. In fact, the mascot for Turtle Master is gonna damn cook up the nice Torture quickly. And yep, we're just looking at Bubbles there. 5, 6, 7, 8, having the Bloodlust, enjoying the rest of it with the rest of his team. That makes a nice stun on the Pestilence. Maybe a reverse chalk there is gonna happen quick. Great chalk there, and Pestilence is gonna go down quickly. As they got the first kill, the second one is also going to be happening quickly. Pebbles looking for a quick runaway, and that Skeleton King, my god, Lyric! Last hit, Color X, going to do it quickly for Ophelia there. Wow, great gameplay. 1 is to 2 though.
The reason why it was enough damage was the battle cry. That was clutch battle cry as well.
Yeah, it is,
That did a lot of work over there. The auto attacks from the creeps, yep, it was enough to clear out the Pebbles. And unfortunately, Pebbles didn't have enough bottle charge. So you used it all up, so really nicely played there. I mean, like, action slowly picking up, I have to say, slightly, but still not really where we want it to be just yet.
Yeah, and I'm just expecting a lot of work coming from Engineer. Look like Leaf as well as Pebbles. I mean, so far in, look like Leaf is the only player who plays Engineer so well that I can tell you that the opponent is more or less always stuck on the fence. It's like, you know, you throw the Kag and then you throw a quick energy field, and with that you throw a quick turret also, so that's gonna be it for the Engineer. It's always perfect positioning and timing coming from Look Like Leaf. So I'm waiting for him to hit level 6 before we see that kind of gameplay again. But before that, I'm expecting a lot because he's with Pebbles, and in the middle lane against Pestilence, I mean, Pestilence is just a bug. It's just squash a bug already. And It's always easy to just stack up stuns on both of these members. I mean, the the Pebbles as well as the Engineer. But the problem is that both of them are not point stunners, so it could take a little bit of a skill there.
Yeah, definitely. Bubbles is I think they should be able to pick up a kill here. If not on the Pestilence, at least on the Master of Arms. And that's the thing about 5678. He always does a really good job of always rotating around whenever he hits at level 6. Like we saw in the previous game, the first blood, he ported in, used the Shell Surf, just picked up the kill, being a little chaos where he is. But no, just kidding. But yeah, I mean, this time around he has the Invis, and I think he can set up for a pretty good kill here. There is a lot of damage coming from Pebbles and Engineer as well, so it shouldn't be any issue in my opinion for them to really pick up that kill. At least on the Pestilence or Master of Arms. And I noticed that Chido1X, every time he's in the mid lane with these strength heroes, he always goes for the bolstering armband first before anything else. Like I mean the the bottle was purchased first, but yeah, I mean he always goes for the bolstering armband first after that. So just a little bit of niche plays there coming out from the players and what they like to do. Warbase already is level 5, so that's a level 3 battle cry, which is only 5 mana cost, and eventually level 4 is going to be nothing, nada. So that's going to be good. Look at how stacked they are in the middle lane. This is very scary. Look at Bubbles. He wants to go in, but I think there was a bit of misplay there coming from Pebbles. He rushed in a little bit too fast, and now
what
they
a clutch! What a rev there.
That's really good. They placed the ward of Rev, yeah. So they know that Bubbles is in the vicinity. So could kind of guess that was a little bit of a misplay from Pebbles, but the fact that they do have some ward vision, maybe. So, yeah.
But here comes the Luna missing the power throw, and Bubbles level 6. It would not be wise to go hit away against the Torturer with the Ophelia. He's gonna try and pot away there. Will do so successfully. Meanwhile, middle lane Pebbles takes too much of a beating for my liking and looking to run away quickly also. But having no Luna, no way they can snipe out this Pebbles from Team Legion. So MRR again, taking a little bit of step back here. 1:2, 1k gold deficit so far in 7 minutes. Do note that they have the Ophelia in this game, just like they had in the previous game, and I hope that it is going to be really effective. And Ophelia plus the Warbeast, I hope it's going to be a great push potential kind of game coming from MRR.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, at least this time around, Ophelia has been trying to be active in a sense, so top lane.
Draconis. Really questionable as to what he was trying to achieve there. He seems like got a little bit lost there, trying to just navigate around. But against a Warbeast who does have that Mother Mouth assist, there's no way you can try and kill him so early on unless you've got stunners. That's the only thing that could have possibly slowed him down there. I mean, Dragon Flame would have been a good skill to use, but it would not be really effective against a Warbeast because he does have a max movement speed, or maybe 522 now that the max has been lifted, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Pebbles in a lot of trouble there. Pestilence, nice stun from the Pebbles will stop the continuous stun there from the Pestilence, and we do have the turret being tossed up. I look like Leaf, but we got triple, in fact double Skeleton King on my part, sorry, and one Vulture Lord, so that's pretty scary by in its all right, really.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like what's his name? ColorX really likes the dual Skeleton King Solar Thought middle lane.
Oh, burst damage going out all the way in favor of onto the MOA, and that chuck is gonna happen quickly, but Pebbles takes the fall because Ophelia is there, and there we go quickly. MR looking to mop up the last Engineer, also Engineer looking to run away quickly, but now it seems like he is gonna be done there. And it's gonna be 4 of them locking onto that defense tower. Tier 1 in a lot of trouble. It seems like no other defense gonna be potting in here, and there is no Homecoming Stone also.
Yeah, good plays coming up from MR. Really nicely played there. Like, the only problem was the top tower was going down, but I think they should easily take this tier 2. No issues at all. Aluna is gonna be in a tough spot if he tries to deny this. Of course, he's just gonna run away. I think he's still gonna die though. I'm not sure. Pestilence doesn't have his flight up for another 4 seconds, so he should be alright.
Yeah, it's gonna be alright. Aluna now gonna try and throw that power throw, so that it's gonna be able to disrupt that health potion onto the MOA, but Bomb Rusher Paul will be able to just keep flying.
Oh
and
yeah, and coming
home.
back to your point about the speed, about the Warbeast, it doesn't break the 522 max speed. The only hero that I know that breaks 522 max speed is Blitz, so yeah.
Yeah, it does. So, but I was saying that it's no longer the maximum speed there. So, oh, hold that tall bit because 567 are playing as Bubbles actually going out quickly to the Torturer. I do believe it's a solo effort there, so that's pretty respectable. And right now, in fact, MR are gonna poof off a lot of this early game pressure, like I mentioned, onto this tier 1 down south. There is no Warbeast yet, but there is Battle Cry, and he is gonna wait for it. It's just 3 seconds before it's gonna be available. And there we go. It seems like he's just nicely pumping out war cries, as in battle cries, over and over again.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
back to the point there. Sorry, Lark, but back to the
yeah,
point. It's like it's no longer maximum movement speed, so we can't call it that anymore.
yeah. I mean, what is this? Battle Cry. Now 0 mana cost, so you can always just constantly spam that whenever it's available, and it's just working really well because they destroyed the tier 1 so easily. They did a lot of damage, chip damage to the defense tier 2 tower, and that's really good. Like currently MR is in a good position because they have a lot of map control right now, and Massive Arms just walked over Warlord of Revelation, so he needs to be careful. I think Pebbles is baiting us out. Oh, this could be very
Yep,
bad.
there we go. He says hi, and the Sagamite Chuck gonna nicely mop up Yem away. He's gonna be like, what the hell happened there? But Bomb Rusher Paul taking the fall quickly, and 10 minutes in, 5-3 yet. And I mean, so far in MR is not having the best of games, but they do have the extra 2-kill lead. They do have also both tier 1s knocked out over. The only problem really is how to deal with the late game Draconis, which is staring about level 11, and Worbis still not joining the fray with the rest of his members. That's pretty questionable.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, the Warbeast, he doesn't really necessarily have to currently if it's not a sure kill, and if he knows that he's gonna be in a bad, not gonna be in a bad position, because if Warbeast tries to go in when they have a team fight that definitely won't work in their favor, he's just gonna ultimately just waste time. He needs to pick up on that early what is it, Abyssal Skull, so that he can go ahead and start farming a lot more faster.
Yeah, middle lane. Cax gonna connect on Pestilence, but they have got absolute vision onto the Pebbles. Irritating Bugs gonna fly all over these Pebbles. Pebbles looking to run away, but a stun from the MOA. It's gonna end his dream there. He's gonna go down quickly. But anyway, back to my point as to why Warbeast should join the rest of his teammates, because if you look at it really tightly, they are putting forth so much early game pressure that I thought it would be good to really just, you know, maybe with the help of Warbeast knock off a tier 2. But that could be my mistake there. And that's just my preference of gameplay. But you're right, really. If Warbeast can just have a separate farm, that's going to be really idealistic for him.
Yep, and if he is gonna pick, yeah, so coming back to my point, if he picks up the Abyssal Skull, it's gonna transition into Shrunken Hit, and that's just basically gonna be the time when Warbeast just wreaks havoc on the entire Hellborn team and has free reign over them. Just gonna constantly attack them to death, and there's really nothing much they can do because a Bubble Scout field won't work. Neither will the Pebbles or the Engineer. Like he's just gonna have free reign against everyone. Max speed.
Oh, vision under the Pebbles
yeah.
is going to be sure here, and yep, they will not get a kill still because of the quick response from X9Z. Of course, definitely going to be able to chuck the Pestilence up there and pretty much end his dream of stunning the Pebbles. That's why I don't like Pestilence as a stunner. There is just so little range on that skill that it's pathetic, really. That being said, man, now it's what I mentioned. All 5 of them, MRR, are going to try and push down this tier 3 even, and there is no Thunder Masters. All 5 members not here yet. We have that Bubble still not going to pot back home. And yep, the tower is taking chip damage off so far in 50% health already down. And Battlecry doing a lot of work here. Also, Do Not Skeleton King Leoric them also going to do a lot of work there. With the Camera Champion taking the fall, Ophelia going to pop the ulti, and here comes the Bubbles at long last is going to come here. Finally, missing piece is going to be found here. So all 5 members of Thunder Master is going to finally congregate up here, but you're not going to get any kill done. And yep, that being said, they would end that push opportunity that Team MR has.
Yeah, that's just really, really well played there, coming out from sorry, the Hellborn team. At least they prevent any more aggression on them, and that's really what they need to do because they're so far behind. They really need that Draconis to pick up on that Shrunken so they can start joining fights and do what he does best, which is just auto attack, right click, just whatever, anything he sees is on the map, just, you know, gets blown up to bits with the help of the Kelp field lockdown. So Bubbles isn't doing as well as he was in the previous game. He doesn't even have his portal key just yet, so it's looking pretty hard for the Hellborn team, and that's mainly because of the fact that Legion team has been doing a lot in terms of like getting a lot of action done all across the map with pushing, just forcing out ganks whenever they can. Oh, Red Balloon Power Shot actually gonna snipe out a creep over there, so just really well played by him to catch that out. Unfortunately, Massive Arms wasn't in the vicinity to get killed, in terms of the health vicinity. But yeah, so far so good for the Legion team. They are pushing down whatever they can. It's actually gonna be a triple Skeleton King. Wait, is that triple? No, double Skeleton King again, yeah, and Vagabond Leader. So Colorix, that's just his niche playstyle. He really likes the double Skeleton Kings right there, and I think that's okay. Much rather prefer the Centaur because the stun is a lot much
The
more.
Minotaur, you mean?
Sorry, the Minotaur has Centaur.
Yeah, one has got 4 legs, one has only got 2, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway.
Too much Dota 2, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yep, it's good. Anyway, yeah, 15 minutes in here. 6-3 here. 4K goal lead going out in favor of MRR. And, well, one thing that we completely lacked out in this entire game is the fact that we didn't cover Duikyu. And Duikyu, he's playing as a torturer in this game, playing as a carry, but not going to opt for a quick remote power. It seems like he's going to be slightly obsessed with surviving the insane amount of magical damage that Team Hellborn has. So he's going to opt for a quick Shrunken Head. But Shrunken Head is, again, going to be pretty effective against the Engineer, Energy Field, as well as against Bubbles. But against Draconis, is it really going to be enough? That's my question. It is going to help him. Yes, it is, because Draconis does insane magical damage in terms of Fury Barrage. That's magical damage, 60 per second, by the way. Also, you've got that Blazing Flight plus Dragon Flame, so those are all magical damage, and Draconis is the only carry that's got so much magical damage. So maybe Shrunken Head would be pretty effective in this game.
I mean, yeah, especially with the team that's coming from Hellborn, it's very imperative that Torture rushes for that Shrunken Head first. That's why, there's really no issues over there. Like once Torture is able to pick up on Shrunken Head, then he can work towards like things like a cool Sheep Stick, a Wing Bow.
No, meanwhile, triple Skeleton King, that's all I want to say.
I thought you said Wing Bow. But yeah, he's gonna be able to pick up on Koshu Sheepstick and then Grim of Power. Just gonna be the super crazy damaging hero that he is, the Torturer. Like if you take a look at damage charts right now, he's already all the way up there without any damage items. It's 23%, and that has to do mainly because of the mixed magical and physical damage coming from both the Impalement as well as the Agonizing Bonds, Chain Reaction, and Torment. So he is fairly off well, and he has a very unique skill build. He said, oh, hold on.
Oh, what a pot it is from the Pestilence. A nice stun onto the Bubbles, but Bubbles will destroy in the follow-up there from Torturer. Meanwhile, defense tier 2, Severely Challenger, and it seems like the tower there is going to go down from the bottom tower. Is that? Yep, it is. The tier 2 down south, actually nicely taken care of. So, yep, that being said, Team Turtlemasters now find themselves in a similar state that MRR was in the previous game. They have got no more outer towers at all, and I really hope that they milk on this situation, because MR has got a slight lead. 7k goal lead is quite a lot, thinking it's only 17 minutes in. And there we go, Bubbles taking the fall quickly. Luna might be next, but no, members of his fellow teammates gonna pop in quickly. Draconis Ironan is already a level 14, and he is just gonna be flying around and will not get anything done at the very end, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he is sitting 1.8k gold, so he's still fairly far from picking up Shrunken Head, and that's really bad coming out right now, because Shrunken Head is already up on Torture, so he shouldn't have any issues at all. Pestilence, of course, the portal key that was shown earlier on, that's also a very good item for them. Massive Arms is actually kind of tanky right now. He has Steam Boots, surprisingly finished up. Ophelia, of course, just a standard Astrolabe and Ring of Sorcery, so like Legion team, they have the items that they need to take team fights and whatever they need to really, apply pressure onto the Hellborn team. Whereas Hellborn, they're kind of like banking all in for the Draconis. They really need him to get farmed, and they're gonna easily take this Kong.
Yep, and Kong is actually going to be challenged. Here comes the Pebbles. Is he going to be still up that token? He will not, and in fact, he's going to go down quickly also. And there we have Bubbles going to join you also, 5, 6, 7, 8. But a great energy fill by Engineer. It's going to etch out and confuse the entire MRR lineup here. And we do have Draconis without a Shrunken Head against that Torture. It's going to be pretty scary. Draconis cannot afford to take the fall here, but he will. And MRR is going to have the upper hand in this entire engagement. Warbase comes in and in fact is going to make sure that this will result in a good push here. All that's left for Team Turtlemasters is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. That Bubbles there, the mascot still stands for a really weird reason. Nonetheless, Engineer is going to respawn also quickly, and that's going to be fine. He did die in previous engagement, right? No, wait, he didn't die. Yeah, that was Engineer. So Engineer as well as that Bubbles, that's just the only thing that's still standing.
But Bubbles is like so far away, like he didn't even have portal, and now he's to run back.
Yeah, Bubbles is forced to just use those two really short legs to come out of the way here. But what a great stun again! It is from Pestilence, and Bubbles, in fact, now is going to be joined by the rest of his teammates. Is going to be focusing on the kill with MOA here. Pebbles going to land a nice stun, and it's going to ensue the great kill there. Now Torture in a lot of trouble, standing on only 50% health points. But Turtlemaster is still pretty much a kilometer back, and will not be able to catch up quickly.
Yeah, it's just a lot of things happening in that previous engagement, and it's really iffy in my opinion. The thing is, previously they did at least get a token. That was a big... It was a very risky play in my opinion, coming up from Hellborn to decide to rush in there when the Legion team had whatever they had available, so a big misplay. And then you saw Draconis come into the tail end of that. Also disagree with that choice. That was a really questionable decision by him to come in at the very tail end of the engagement when most of the teammates were already gone. Bubbles already used the kelp field. He tried to use everything, so yeah, just a little bit a little bit iffy in my opinion, coming up from the decisions from Hellburn team right there, and that might have actually cost them a lot because token is there right now. The Dracon has died already, so it's gonna set him back a bit. Other than that, at least I don't know. Bubbles just picked up a portal key, so that's like the best thing that came out from the engagement, I have to say. Other than that, so yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. So that's it. This game so far in 20 minutes in, 10-5, 7k goal lead in favor of MRR, and they are just looking really good right now. Definitely having the extra goal lead is going to help them get more items, and with that being said, Warbeast does have got 2.5k gold in his bank, plus a really interesting Mighty Blade. That's just about that, coming all the way out from the Warbeast. And on the flip side though, we are just looking at 20 minutes in, and like I mentioned, now it's just 8k gold because of the triple stack camp. And Pebbles does have the portal key, but so far not getting any kill done. He's looking and staring at Torture though.
I think he is definitely in the wrong side of mind if he wants to go for a Torture because there's no follow-up there. He's gonna rush for this Master Worms, and I don't even think he can kill him because Master Worms is pretty damn tanky.
Yep, he is, and the Snuggle Might as well as the shock is gonna happen quickly, but will not get a kill there, that's expected. MOA still pretty much level 10 and tanky at all, standing about 900 total health points. There's no way he could have gotten a kill anyway. But a raid snipe, not gonna happen.
So close, so close. Just a little bit off right there. Really unfortunate. I think that would have been a big play if that hit, and Master Worms would definitely have died from that. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, he was really tanky. His Steam Boots, a Miniature Totem, and Mystic Vestments. You're not gonna be able to kill him with a one combo with the Pebbles right there, so just really unfortunate. Plus he's not at level 60. If he was, then yes, that would have translated to kill, because one auto attack plus the extra toss damage from that ultimate should have been enough. So yeah, just really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's good. And 22 minutes in still. I'm just surprised that the pace of this game suddenly slowed down, because Team Legion, they are just not milking on extra push. They do have the token on DQ again, and it seems like MRR really just likes getting Kongor and token, and after that just really slowing things down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that point. Like, they really need to make use of that a little bit more often. Yes, it's good sometimes to use it for more of like farming purposes, but you don't really need to when you have items that you need to take team fights. Plus, you do not want to give much more space for Draconis to pick up items himself. I think he just finished his Shrunken It, so that's really difficult for Legion team right now, because he has the ability to just stand in team fights and auto attack everyone to death. But he doesn't have much damage just yet. But he will come. It will eventually come to a point where he's gonna have that. I really like the puzzle box pickup coming out from Ophelia. It's gonna be very helpful, especially against the Pebbles, who doesn't have a Shrunken Head yet. It's just gonna nullify his ability to really use his combo effectively in team fights. It's gonna do a lot against him as well as Engineer as well. Just constantly harassing them. It's gonna be perfect. It's a really nice item pickup in my opinion, and it's gonna help out a lot. Pestilence does pick up Helm of the Black Legion as well, so he just wants to be in team fights for as long as possible to get enough stuns and swarms up available.
Yeah, but it's great, and that's it. Another push potential coming up from Team Legion. MRR looking for a good time here up north, but we do have Pebbles as well as the rest of their members from Team Turtle Masters just standing here, waiting to see if this could be actually a good team fight. But they don't have the Draconis, and Draconis does have the Homecoming Stone, so that should not be too much of a problem. But on the flip side, they don't have the Warbeast. Warbeast is not with Team MR right now, and Warbeast is just preparing for the mid game. If I'm not wrong, he's just looking to build up his next damage item. He does have already the Shrunken It as well as the Bison Skull, but doesn't have too much of a damage item. There we go, Minotaur at double Skeleton King gonna lead the pusher, and the defense tower gonna be severely challenged. It might actually go down quickly, and there we have a nice energy fill and combo coming from Pebbles, chucking all the way home. There's the Torturer, and there we go, big Dragon, angry Dragon just chomping down the Torturer, but he gets sent him all the way by Ophelia. It's a good save there, and MOA looking in a lot of trouble there, but Ophelia might actually lose his creeps as well as his own soul there. Pestilence coming in, stunning all the way from behind, looking for a kill under the Bubbles, but Bubbles doesn't go down, and Pebbles looking to avenge his teammates. Pestilence will be the ultimate sacrifice. And what is the rest of Team Legion still doing here? Looking for a quick opportunity to snipe down the Iron Man, but will not get it done, and it seems like the power throw is too short. Nice shot, baseball 1-2. MOA picks out that Ophelia, and MOA meanwhile just really being ganked by 3 members. But here we go, the savior of Team Legion, MR, actually is going to be saved by do kill, but a great 3-point toss it is from the Torture. Sorry, from the Pebbles. It's actually going to snag up the kill quickly. And Torture, meanwhile, is going to be the only thing that still stands at the very end of the field push there. They do manage to just knock off that, they did manage to knock off the tier 3, but that's just that. And without Warbase, there's just so much they could really do.
Yeah, in my opinion, that was really badly played by MRR. It actually looked like it was good for them, but not, because first of all, the thing was they what was it? Torture didn't need to pop the Shrunken Head just yet. He had token up. He would have died and then revived back. But I mean, in that kind of situation, it was okay. I guess you can say it's okay to pop the Shrunken Head because they used everything. They used Ophelia's heal as well as the Defense Master's Call, so he should have been fairly okay. And it looked pretty grim for Hellborn over there. I thought they were gonna lose that team fight, but it turned out the biggest mistake there was the Ophelia send back onto the Torture. It wasted the Shrunken Head effect on him. He popped that. He should have at least stayed in the team fight, and that would have prevented the Hellborn team from actually putting more aggression and just, you know, quickly compiling onto the rest of the Legion team, and they should have been safe. Like, it would have given enough time for Ophelia, Pestilence, and the rest of the teammates to run away and be fine, but that sendback was really, really terrible in my opinion. And then you saw him come back over there at the top lane to try to help I think it was the Master of Arms, and try to clean shot, but unfortunately was not able to save off the Master of Arms. He died in the end, and then he almost traded his life as well. Again, because that Red Luna Power Show connected. Had there been enough damage onto Torture from the follow-up from Pebbles or whatnot, then it would have turned out for the worse. So I gotta say that was a really questionable decision by them. Didn't really work in their favor.
Now Engineer might be spotted out here by the Pestilence, but he will not jump them, and that's just fine. There is a Ward of Wrath by Look Like Leaf, and that's the Engineer that you just saw. And that's just that, but now they do have the Warbase with the rest of this MRR. It seems like all 5 of them gonna nicely try and push down the melee barracks. There is every single skill on the Hellborn Arsenal is actually gonna be off cooldown, so that's gonna be pretty scary. And there we go, Energy Field is gonna be used again, and Torture again gonna be chucked all the way back in to the Energy Field. This has happened for the second time, and now he's gonna pop the Shrunken Head a little bit too slow there. And Draconis is actually gonna roam pretty fairly, but there is a Warbase, and that could be the difference in this entire fight here. They do manage to get both Rexes and the Puzzle Box Wizard. Gonna nicely snipe away the Luna.
Yep.
That's not over. Perfect. There we go. Bubbles jumping in a little bit too late, but he's still pursuing matters a little bit too much there.
No.
And 5, 6, 7, the mascot goes down, make soup off. And he's gonna be in a lot of trouble there. Ophelia, in fact, gonna try to run away, is in a very weird situation right now. Dragon Flame gonna miss, but he still stands at the very end. And yes, a nice ulti there from Pestilence, gonna spot out, rather cancel Draconis, Nightstone there. Great stuff from Pestilence yet again. And Torture actually gonna take the fall, but it doesn't really matter right now because Pebbles is gonna be challenged by both Pestilence as well as MOA. This could actually work in anyone's favor. Maybe Pestilence stunned today, but not enough mana, it's gonna be done. Pebbles goes down, hat trick for Bomb Rusher Paul. All he did was just stand there and shoot. That Master of Arms is just cheating his way to get this hat trick. It's not fair. But don't forget, there's still a Warbase in this game, and he's just knocking on the tier 3 down south by himself, really with the Battle Cry, doing a lot of damage. Chip damage onto this defense tower quickly. But the Luna actually gonna come out and will not do much of damage. Look at the pathetic amount of damage it's doing on 070, and he's just actually gonna nicely try and mop up the tier 3 while he takes the flight. Will actually be able to run away quickly, but there is no homecoming stone, so he's gonna have to run all the way back home. This is gonna be a long journey for you, son.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, MRR is looking like a completely different team from the previous game. Like, they are playing it so well. They did everything perfectly in that engagement. I gotta say, huge props to Ophelia, man. His micro has been pretty damn good, and as well as Master of Arms, he's been pretty good as well with the push book. He's been on par with that. It helped Ophelia survive in the previous engagement, and it helped Torture survive as well in the previous engagement. Like, that was just beautifully played by them. Like, the heals came out at the right time. The Astrolabe effect, the micro use from the puzzle box was perfect. It's just everything was working in the favor. And then you saw how Warbeast played a little bit sneaky, went to the bottom lane, got the tier 3. Like, everything is just working in the favor. And now you see Pestilence has a barbed armor, so that's just gonna offer a lot more in terms of like his initiation possibilities, because he's just gonna go there and be like, you know, come at me, bro, just hit me as much as you want, because I'm just gonna return the damage back to you. So like, everything is just really working in favor of MRR right now. And it's not to take away anything from Turtle Masters, it's just the fact that they went for more of a, in a sense, it's a greedy lineup against a push lineup here, because it's more of like all in for this Draconis, and if he doesn't pick up on that early snowball farm and levels, it's gonna be very hard for the rest of the team, as you can see right now. Like, they can't take team fights without Draconis, and Draconis is just not far ahead enough to really be that much of a threat against this Legion team.
Yes, it is, and it seems like MR right now, all 5 of them gonna be able to make this game into a tie against TurS because they already lost the first map. So if they win this one, it would have been a really interesting series. And that being said, 15,000 goal lead in favor of MR. They are still looking at Kongor again, and this would be the second Kong for this entire game, so no bananas just yet. But with this done, it would possibly be the end of this game already, unless of course something is going to be a game changer coming from TurS. Either they come in snatch this Kong, which is not going to happen just yet, but Pestilence is going to jump all the way into Team TurS, and Pestilence now in a lot of trouble there. In fact, going to force out every single skill from the Hellborn Arsenal, but is not going to go down at the very end. We have a very low health point Pebbles, but he's going to try and run away. We do have the puzzle box, and he's
nice
like...
snipe.
Yeah, Pestilence gonna be able to just make that happen. Meanwhile,
Bubbles has token.
Bubbles will steal the token, and that is one sneaky Bubbles. But Warbase is just so pissed off at that. He's gonna try and nom him double. Will not get it done. Luna, great stun, and that's gonna be about that. Yeah, that being said, 30 minutes into this game, and TurS, man, they just snatched away the Kongor's token of life.
Yeah, that was really well played by Turtle Masters. I gotta say, like, the thing is they didn't lose anything, nor did they. I mean, the only thing that they gained was the token, which was huge because that denies the Legion team from any more push potential. They successfully defended against them from killing off. I think, did they get the last hit on Kong? Okay, no, they didn't. In fact, Turtle Masters even got the last hit on Conquer as well, so that's huge. Like, Bubbles got the last hit on
I think it's not the last hit. I do believe it's the Song of the Sea. You just spot in Song of the Sea, snatch the token, and
yeah. So it's just really well played by Bubbles right there, man. He's like 5-6-7-8 has been doing a really damn good job for throughout the past 2 games, the previous one and this one as well. Like, that's just huge. Like, they have token now.
Excellence jumping in. Engineer a lot of trouble now. Nice push poke, but is it gonna be enough? Yes, it is. And we do have the Angry Dragon syndrome here. Just gonna try and shoot down their Pestilence, but will not get it done nonetheless. But now without the token, I mean, there is just not enough guts damage coming from Team Legion, and they will not go all the way out to this one because they have got no token of life, nothing of that sort. Orbistar still have got a shrunken head, and he is just gonna try and do a little bit of cheap damage, and it's gonna be a nice chuck again. Torture falls to it. It's the same thing over and over again. Not gonna pop shrunken head. It seems like he's gonna go down at the very end though. A nice amount of damage coming out of the Pebbles, but that's just gonna be it. And meanwhile, Warbase is just focused. He doesn't even care about what's happening in the background. He just wants the melee barracks, and he gets that. He also wants the range barracks, and with the puzzle box, he's gonna be able to look towards that also. Do you know the puzzle box actually doesn't belong to him? It actually belongs to who does? Where the hell did
Ophelia?
Yeah, Ophelia. Yeah, that's right. So that's fine. And Dracon is gonna try and nicely snipe down this Warbase, but will not get it done. Meanwhile, Bubbles pushback of his own, gonna try and catch up on this Warbase. Warbase now in a lot of trouble, looking possibly to go down. Nice chuck again, and it's gonna be it. 070 is gonna go down. But that being said, man, 32 minutes into this game, and finally for once, what is Pestilence doing? Going in for a limited snipe kill on the Luna, will get it done nicely. He does have buff armor, so there's gonna be a lot of reflect damage going on. But MOA, man, Bomb Rusher should not be there. There's no way he could have run away. There's thick flight happening on the Pestilence, but there's nothing of equivalent sort coming from the MOA. And he's just baiting, buying time, but it's a double lockdown there. And no way he could have run out of those trees unless the third door opens, and that's gonna be pretty weird. But other than that, 33 minutes in, and 19 is to 12 here. Ladies and gentlemen, TurS is actually showing signs, really.
Yeah, this looks like it could be a draw. I definitely think it could be. Like, that token pickup, that loss right there from MRR, it did kind of help, but still, like,
wrong side
Legion team is looking pretty damn good. Yeah, I mean, like, even despite that, they were able to get a huge team fight off, and then they were able to take the melee racks at the bottom. So they're doing pretty fine. I think it could be a draw right here in this game.
Yeah, it would be a draw if MR wins this next engagement, but you know, they have already expelled they expended the token from the Bubbles, and that's just that. Right now, Team MRR needs to be very sure of what they're doing because they are gonna slowly walk into a late game where a really angry and pissed off Iron Nun playing his Draconis is gonna have the Savage Mace ready for them by then. He does have about 3.2k gold in the bank, and buyback is the only main reason why he doesn't have the completed Savage Mace. But that being said, it should be pretty soon that he gets there. But the moment he gets there, if he pops Cataclysmic Assault, it's gonna be a lot of damage onto MRR, and they could possibly not deal with that. That's it. There's also 070, and he does have the Rock Clef. I do believe he's gonna opt for a quick Demonic Breastplate, and that's gonna help the rest of his teammates a lot also.
Yeah, it's gonna be very huge. I mean, it's already been doing a lot of work at the Soul's Bulwark. Like, it helped to push down the towers so damn quickly, as well as the Raxes. So that's one of the major reasons as to why they have been able to really push ahead into the base. There's a quick wow. They're all in right now. Look at that. Doombringer up on Draconis. They know that they need to win this next team fight, and
Oh
he's going all
wow.
in.
Aye. Doombringer is there, and what a chunk again, but this time it's gonna be Ophelia. Ophelia goes down quickly, and a Doombringer on the Draconis that can stress it to Doombringer. But look at Warbase, he doesn't care, he just wants the millibarracks, but the damage on Warbase is just too much now from the Draconis, and he's gonna have to fall pull back. Their Pestilence now in a lot of trouble, and yes, will eventually go down. Can they secure the Doombringer for themselves? Yes, they can. Doombringer takes to the floor, and yes, it's not going to be picked up by anyone there. It's pretty interesting. The Doom is not going down yet, and yes, it's on the Luna. It's still on the floor there, and it's going to be a GG well played. They're going to concede there.
They knew it's over. Like, that was like the last inch of hope that they had, that Doombringer. The thing is, that was a big problem for them. I'm not sure why Iron Man was so far behind. Together with the fact that the energy field was not in the best placement, they would have been able to win that team fight. That would have been really big because they pushed in the Legion team, that is, but the energy field was completely like nowhere close to them, and the Draconis was just like using his ultimate so far. He only got like, what, I think he was only hitting one hero in that whole engagement with the Doombringer, so it wasn't the best placement of both the hero himself as well as the energy field. So I think that's the reason why they kind of lost that last team fight. But still, really big props coming out to Turtle Masters for pulling the Doombringer as the last sign of hope for them. That would have been huge, because if they won that team fight, that would have ultimately meant that Legion team, Hellburn team would have kind of gotten back into the game, in my opinion. But still, of course, there was a pretty farmed up Legion team. You can say otherwise, but I still say that was really, it takes huge cojones to pull that off. So really well played there, Turtle Masters.
It is a really great game again, and MRR, man, they did a really good job again, even against the Angry Dragon with a Doombringer. It is really insane, man, going in there. But Doom drops, and yep, that's it, man. Turtle Masters, they're just very far behind in this game. And if you look at Iron Man, he isn't really far behind in terms of GPM. In fact, he's leading the entire game with about 640 GPM. The problem was that they were just too far pushed out, and if you look at GPM, the entire Legion team has got very nice GPM. In fact, every one of them above 330, so that's very fair coming from MRR. And also the fact that they were just so insane in terms of pushing there, proving once again that the combo between the Warbeast as well as Ophelia is just far too broken, and Ophelia should be banned away again. And other than that, well, Duikyu played pretty well as the Torture. I wouldn't say that he did too much of a magical damage or anything of the sort. He was forced to go Nullstone because of Pebbles, but that also didn't really work out at the very end. And that being said, man, all the credits for MRs this game should really go to CarX as well as O70 for playing as the Warbeast as well as the Ophelia. I think that both of them did a really good job, and O70, he definitely was the missing piece in the push in the earlier part of this game. Sorry.
Yeah.
And yep, that's that, man.
Yeah, he definitely was the missing piece. Like, if they didn't have that Warbeast, and if he didn't get that early farm in this game that he had, then they wouldn't have been able to pull off the things that they did right there. And I gotta give a great shout out to 5678 for doing a good job in both games. Like, he played it really well despite how hard it was. Like, he even got that Conquer steal as well as the token, so that was pretty huge as well.
Yep, so now gonna do a little bit of cross-reference into the previous cycle. So in cycle 2, there we go, the final points is up on the screen right now. So in case you guys were wondering, or rather new to this entire scene here, Turtle Masters was actually the 3rd position in the round robin stages, and MR was 4th. So both of them are pretty much closely matched. And also, a little bit of I know it's a little bit late coming to day 2, but I forgot to do this yesterday, so do pardon me for that. But anyway, the trades there. Why is it called the trades? Because we got people promoting to G League, and as well as people dropping down to Division 1. So, Impurity of Rocket Air Quality, Fungor, as well as Yakjet, Rao, Jatna, I hope I pronounced that correctly. All 4 teams is going to come to Cycle 3, as you can see, as well as the fact that we've got really good teams dropping to Div 1, and that's also Vietnamese team, second runner-up, GSP, AVIX, and Fun Play. So we will not see them for the cycle. I hope to see them again for Cycle 4, but I know that it is going to be pretty tough because Div 1 has just gotten a lot more competitive as well. So that's it. Now I'm going to show you guys the casting schedule for this entire week here. So do note that tomorrow there is no cast, so don't come on to HoNTourSEA or Epic Gaming Television. There's no match at all. But for Thursday, it's gonna be up, and it's gonna be Impurity versus MRR. That's gonna happen here on HoNTourSEA. As well as for Epic Gaming Television, we'll have Bricks versus Turtle Masters. So that's that. And I hope you guys will enjoy that. That being said, again, Lark, any last minute shoutouts that you have?
Yeah, shout out again, as always, to the players and the fans that are watching in Epic Gaming Television as well as HoNTourSEA. Big shout out to EGTV crew, and as always, Fantasy. Big shout out for you. Of course, you always come on and support us, as well as Golf XZZ. I don't think we've mentioned him much, but he's been doing a pretty good job of always keeping up with the ongoings of the G League. So big shout out to you as well.
Yeah, that's great. Now on my part, a huge shout out to both teams. A great series here, really. First game definitely very very exciting. Second game pretty much short-lived there, but MR took it pretty decisively, so that's no arguing in that region there. That being said, a huge shout out also to all the fans and players. Thank you for watching the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. It was a pretty interesting series, and it will be on YouTube again, so you guys can follow us there in case you want to have VOD. That it's
Uh,
pretty much clear.
oh yeah, one more shout out, Doombringer. Shout out to Doombringer, by the way.
Yo, yeah. Hey there, baby. Nice to see you again. It's been years since I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like speaking to a really nice ex-girlfriend called the
Oh
Doombringer.
god.
Yeah,
Yeah, but seriously, it's been so long since I've seen Doombringer in competitive scenes. So yeah,
yeah.
big
And I
shout out.
just got poked. Anyway, that's it. Now gonna shout also to Fantasy as well as Riser. I do believe he was in the stream moments ago. So thank you
Yeah.
for popping by. Huge shout out to you guys. Now for all of you who are Imperial Storm fans, just to let you guys know that we will not stream Imperial Storm until week 2. Special request from Nova because they are undergoing a little bit of a shuffle and they will not want to be in the spotlight for a short while there. That being said, I hope you guys still support them because week 2 I have a strong feeling they've got a really pleasant surprise for us. So I hope they sort out whatever's going on there and I hope that you guys will be able to catch that soon. That being said, that's about it. Gonna shout out to all my family as well as fans. Thank you guys for always supporting me and supporting this loud and crazy voice of mine. And yep, that's all I have for you guys. So yep, Lark. That being said, this would be officially the last 2 days, as in the end of round 2 for us.
Mhm.
And oh yeah, I forgot. Also, huge shout out to my girlfriend. Thank you for supporting
Oh.
and bearing with me. And that being said, this has been officially this would officially be the end of 2 rounds of G League Cycle 3 already. And I think that it's getting to be a struggle as to which match we will cast for the entire Cycle 3 because things are really just very much exciting right now. So I hope you guys enjoy that. That's it. This would be it, and see you guys again Thursday for the next stream. I hope you guys enjoy that, and have a great night wherever you are. Great day, whatever it is, great time, and I hope you guys enjoy yourselves as much as possible. This is Babael with Miss Lark, and see ya.
See ya.